Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to take off your alternator, how to replace it. And the first step you're going to do is have to take off the serpentine belt right here. And the way you do that is what I did. I don't have to take the tire off. All I did was turn the wheel like this. And I took off a 10mm bolt that's holding this plastic on this side only, because I have access to what I need to do. That right there is your tensioner right there. And you see that bar right there? That's my serpentine belt tool. It's got a 1/2-inch drive at the end. So we're gonna turn it counterclockwise, and that's gonna loosen the belt. And I'm not even gonna stick the little screwdriver in the hole. I'm just gonna barely move it so I can take the belt off of the alternator only. Make it nice and simple. And the bolt to take off this plastic was 12mm. Alright, see, here's my serpentine belt tool. I've got an extension attached to it, and it attaches down there. Okay, so yeah, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna grab this and we're gonna go counterclockwise. Okay, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. I'm trying to take off the belt at the same time, but it is possible. You just gotta work your magic. Like I said, just get you a flathead screwdriver and start prying it off of there. That's what I'm gonna do. Should get it going here pretty soon. Alright guys, so there's that process. I took the belt off of the alternator. This is your alternator right here. So I took that belt off of there, so you can see. It was a little bit of tug and war, but it didn't take more than 5 minutes. And here I got the little serpentine belt still on there. And just remember how it was, and you should be fine. Anyway, so the next step is disconnect your positive side of your battery. That way you won't make any electrical current when you take off the electrical parts of the alternator. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that part. Okay, so now we got that part disconnected. Now we can start messing with the electrical part of things. Alright, so you want to start by taking this little boot off right here. And I think that's going to be a 10mm bolt. So I think it should be the same size as this battery one, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Best thing we can do is just test it out. Let's see. Nope, it's a little bigger. It's a 12. Alright, so I got my 12mm. Let's go ahead and loosen this up. Alright, so there goes that little 12mm nut. Make sure you put it somewhere safe. And then after that, you're going to take off this little connection right here. The electrical connection. All you do is push in right here. Push in and pull out. Just like that. Okay? Alright, so now that we have all the electrical connections, you want to slip this little thingy off of there. Slip this little thing off of there like that. Alrighty. So now the next step is going to be taking off this big old bolt that's in the back. I think it's got a big bolt in the back. Yeah, right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This one right here, we're going to take that one off. So let me get my tool for that. I think it's looking like a 14 maybe. Alright guys, so that bolt was a little tough. It is a 14mm, but I got myself my breaker bar. That should do the trick. Let's see. Yep, there it goes. So that did the trick, and now you just want to get your regular ratchet and continue the process. Alright guys, so like I was saying, I loosened this bolt up, the top one, and this is how little that one is. Make sure you put it in a safe place. I can't stress that enough. You don't want to lose any bolts. Remember where you put them. And I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, you see it down there? There's the one I just took off right there. You know, if you look straight down from that one, there's another one down there. We're gonna take that one off. I'll let you guys know what size it is in a minute. All right, guys. So that bottom bolt ended up being a 14 millimeter, but I'm gonna use a breaker bar just to break it loose. There we go. Now, after you break it loose, you can use your regular ratchet. And I also need to let you guys know, if you're doing it from the top like me, you need one of these short sockets. See the red, how short it is? That way, because you won't have enough space if you use like one of those long ones. You won't have enough space to do it. Anyways, I'll get back to you when I take this bolt off and show you how it looks like. Alright guys, so I finished taking that off. It had this one on this side, and then the nut was on the other side, on the left side. So I think now it should be able to come out with no problem. But I'll get back to you as soon as I get it out. All the electrical connections are disconnected. Feel like I got all the bolts. The belt is off the alternator. So alright guys, so there's the alternator with a little bit of tugging. Like I said, it was 2 bolts, one on this side, one on the top, one on the bottom. They were 14 millimeter. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the store and test it to make sure it is the alternator, and I'll get back to you. Anyways guys, I'm back from O'Reilly's. So you can see I got the new alternator right here. I checked it. I don't have the old one anymore. I left it at O'Reilly's for the core charge. But I checked all the connections and everything looks similar. So now it's time to reassemble it again. All right. So yeah, the first thing you want to do is put that back in there. And I can't record right now, but I'll show you guys when it's back in there, okay? It's going to take a little wiggling, but it'll be done. And also, I forgot to mention, make sure you take off this little sticker right here, this white sticker. Because if you don't, when the alternator heats up, it's going to smell like something is burning, all right? All right, guys, so now that you got the alternator in there, I don't know if you can see, you're going to put this little bolt. So remember, this is going to go on this side, on the right side, and the little nut on the left side, okay? You're going to thread it to that little hole in the bottom, okay? So I threaded that little thing in there, and now see, you can see the little nut on this side. Let me see. You can see what is in there. See, it's poking out. Let me show you. See that? See that moving? That's that little big old screw. And now that we got that showing there, we're gonna put the bolt down. Get the bolt started. Remember, at the same time that you're doing that, you're gonna hold this side so it don't spin while you're spinning this side over here, okay? I'll get back to you when I do that. Alright guys, so I got that bottom one started, and then I put that short one back on here. Alright, so let me finish tightening everything up now. Alright guys, now I'm at the part of tightening it up with my socket, my wrench. After I get it tightened as hard as I can with my little regular socket, I'm gonna use my breaker bar to tighten it up. I know I could use a torque wrench, but I think doing it with the breaker bar, a little bit of a turn is gonna be tight enough. Anyways, let me correct myself. You don't need a breaker bar to tighten it up. Anyway, so now you just want to start hooking up everything, okay? You gotta take this new nut that comes with your new alternator. Be very careful not to drop it. If you do, you got another nut from the old one if you saved it. All right, so you're gonna slide this in there. Slide this in there, just like so. Make sure it goes all the way in there. Okay. See, just like that, and then you put your nut on top of it and start. See, tightening it up. Anyways, I don't want to bore you guys by me tightening this up. Make sure you put that back on. slide that little thing on, connect your electrical connection. This little connection is going to go down over here where the brown thing is. Okay. Just like so. Slide it in there. Trying to get the good angle. Just like that. And then push it till it pops. There it goes. Alright, so basically after that, just put your belt back on. Put your belt back over that right there. Remember how the belt went? And yeah, I think that concludes the video. But let me do that, and then I'm gonna show you guys, and we're gonna test it again. We're gonna test the battery so y'all can see that it is producing 14 volts while it's on, which means it was a success. But they did test it at O'Reilly's 2 times, and it failed. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys. So there we go. With a little bit of a struggle, I'd say a 5 to 10 minute struggle, I got the belt back on. See, just make sure the groovy parts are on top of the groovy ones, and the flush part of the belt is on the ones on the pulleys that don't have the little grooves. All right. So after that, just take your serpentine belt tool off, recheck it, make sure it's tight. I mean, right now I'm checking and it's pretty tight, so I know I got it right. Okay. After that, we're gonna connect the battery and test it. All right, guys. So the moment of truth. The car is on now. So let's go ahead and check the voltage and see what it's reading. All right, guys. And there it is, 14.5. All right. So the alternator is working as it should now. Of course, we have a new alternator installed. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.